are you doing in my swamp? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Overboy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 1987 movie Evil Dead 2. The movie is directed by Sam Raimi and written by Sam Raimi and Scott Spiegel, and this movie follows Ash from the first movie, who's gone to this cabin with his girlfriend. This is kind of somewhat of like a loose remake of the first one, somewhat, but it's also a sequel, if that makes sense. It's kind of weird. He goes to the cabin with his girlfriend Linda, and he finds a tape recorder by and a book from an archaeologist who had found the book when he was doing a find, and he recorded on the tape stuff about the book and stuff, and awoken the evil spirits. And when Ash plays it, it reawakens him, and his girlfriend soon becomes possessed, and he has to kill her and bury her, and he's like stuck in the woods by himself. He can't get out because the bridge has been torn up by the spirits, and he's kind of starting to lose his mind. And as the movie progresses, the professor's daughter, Annie, and some other people show up at the cabin, and they're trying to figure out a way to stop the spirits and everything. This is a really good movie. I enjoyed it a lot more this time than I did the first time, because the first time I saw it I was really disappointed with it. And I think because of having to follow the first one, which I grew up on, I had a lot higher hopes for this movie, I think. But I really thought this was a great movie. It was a lot of fun. The whole cast in here is great. Bruce Campbell is back as Ash, and he's even better in this one than he was the first one. He's just absolutely awesome in here. And there's parts where he's absolutely hilarious too. There's like a lot of really good slapstick comedy in this movie, like when his hand becomes possessed and he's having to fight his hand. It's like really humorous, but Bruce Campbell gives a really good performance in that scene too, and it really kind of showed his comedic timing and stuff. And like it was just really cool, like the way he was fighting with his hand. His acting in that was really fun to watch. And the rest of the cast in here is really good too. Sarah Berry plays Annie, who is the daughter of the archaeologist that leaves the tape recording in the cabin, and she's really good too. She didn't come in here till like a little bit halfway into the movie, but she's really good though throughout the movie once she gets in there. Dan Hicks plays Jake, who's like this hick from the town that the cabin is in, and that kind of helps her and her friend Ed go looking for her parents. And he's really good. He's kind of annoying, but he's good, and he does a good job playing the character. But the character is kind of annoying. He reminds me of a guy that I used to work with, kind of whiny and ignorant and stuff. But he reminds me of a guy that I worked with for a couple weeks not too long ago. But he's good in here. Richard Domeyer plays Professor Ed, and he's good too. He doesn't have a lot of screen time. He gets possessed pretty quickly and stuff, but he's pretty cool. And like the special effects when he's possessed is really good. Lou Hancock plays Henrietta, the wife of Professor Noby, who's the one that records the tape and stuff. And Annie's mother, she does a pretty good job. Doesn't have a lot of screen time because most of the time she's possessed, and we don't really see her as the character when she's possessed. Henrietta's played by Ted Raimi, and he does a really, really good job too. He's really, really creepy. Kind of reminded me of the one character in Pet Sematary that was really, really creepy. Oh, I can't remember what her name is, but it reminded me of her. And Ted Raimi did a really great job playing possessed Henrietta. And John Peaks plays Professor Noby, and they show him like in flashback scenes and stuff, and he's really good too. He fits the role really well. All of the cast is really good in here. And once again, like the first movie, this movie has a lot of really great special effects, like some of the best practical effects in a horror movie. I think the effects in this are even better than the first one. Tom Sullivan returned to do the makeup and stuff, and with the bigger budget and stuff, it's even better. And like the effects with the tree and other stuff like the is really good. And like there's this scene where all these objects and stuff in the cabin are laughing and everything, and Ash starts laughing too. This is before Annie and them get to the cabin, and I know some people don't like that scene because it's really kind of cheesy, but I love it. I think it's somewhat creepy, but also really amusing. Like as it goes on, you can't help but kind of laugh along with them. You kind of see like Ash is losing his sanity in that scene, and kind of makes you feel like you're losing your sanity if you start laughing and stuff too. But it's a really fun scene, and it also has a really great setup for Army of Darkness. This could have been, if Army of Darkness never happened, this would have been a really terrible ending. But since Army of Darkness happened and everything, it sets it up perfectly, and it is a really, really good ending. And yeah, I just absolutely love this movie. I think it's a lot of fun. It was a lot better than I remembered. Like I said, the first time I saw it, I was disappointed, but going into it, knowing what was going to happen and stuff, I think I was able to enjoy it a lot more this time. And I just absolutely had a blast with it. And it is a really, really good sequel. I definitely would recommend it if you've seen the first Evil Dead and you don't know what to expect. Just don't go in there expecting like a serious tone like the first one had, which the first one did have dark humor and stuff in it too, but this one is more of a horror comedy than the first one, but it does a really, really good job blending the horror aspect and the comedy, and it's a lot of fun, and it's definitely worth checking out. And this is also the one where Ash gets his chainsaw that he puts on his arm and stuff. That's really, really awesome too. But yeah, I definitely would recommend this movie. I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. I don't like it quite as much as the original, but it's still a really, really good sequel. So let me know in the comments what you think of this movie, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody. Right before I started filming this video, I had just found out the sad news that Chadwick Boseman has passed away. He was best known for his role as T'Challa in Black Panther, one of my absolute favorite characters in the entire MCU. He's going to be very, very missed. May he rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Wakanda forever.